NWO.
No, was it?
Yes, it was.
It wasn't WCW versus NWO.
It was. We gon' let him make it, y'all. Hey, y'all don't slander him in the comments, man. Y'all don't slander him in the comments, but
I wasn't a wrestling super fan. I kind of watched by proxy.
but that's like saying I mean, they did have NW. They had an NWO Monday Night Raw. I mean Monday Night Nitro. But it was all WCW. So it was like basically like when WWE had D Generation X, but they gave D Generation X its own day, so it was like D Generation X Thursdays. It was like SmackDown. Like SmackDown was like The Rock always said, I'm gonna lay the SmackDown on that candy A, and then they made Thursday Night SmackDown, but it's not really The Rock SmackDown. It's WWE SmackDown, and
Yeah.
Rock. It's like that. But back to what I was saying, man. Mr. Man, comment below.
Like
Did I get that right?
Is it like being like no limit in 150? It's the same thing.
Basically, it's the same thing. Under the same. It's all
Comment, did you play WCW versus NWO on the N64?
Ooh, WCW Nitro? Yeah.
No, on N64, which was WCW versus NWO, and it had Hulk Hogan on the cover.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
That was the GOAT wrestling game.
Yeah, that was the GOAT. But back to what we were saying. So if you didn't know, WWE is going through a change. They signed over to TKO. They gave majority of the business away to them. Now it's starting to make sense. Vince McMahon knew this was coming out. Allegedly, he's been paying his victims with the business money. So allegedly,
business spending account.
Basically, he's been labeling it as miscellaneous. So turns out that if you work with Vince McMahon and you guys fall out, he makes you sign an NDA and he gives you money. And it looks like here he agreed to give this girl $3 million. And once WWE transferred over to TKO did an audit. They found out that there was a lot of miscellaneous payments going out, and they stopped making the payments. So once they cut the checks, the girl came running for their money. And
she's like, I'm not gonna not get paid.
Exactly. So she came running for her money. So instead of Vince McMahon being the nice man he's supposed to be and just giving her the rest of the money, he was like, "F you, take me to court." And now they going to Silver Court and they just making it looking crazy, saying he out here trafficking people. He got allegedly Brock Lesnar over here giving her more than Suplex City. It's just crazy. I mean, this story here is worse. Is it worse than the P. Diddy story?
It is worse. Cause, I mean, it's basically on par, I'll say, because the Diddy story is pretty bad, especially for YK Osiris. But my co-host had dug up the text messages, and it was so vulgar that I actually took it off the screen.
I'll finna leave it here for y'all to read it.
Because it was talking like Splash Town and not the good type of splash.
I'm just saying, he just wanted to say, girl, man, your body's so amazing. Don't you want to show it to my 12 friends? They want to see how amazing your body look. And you said,
have you ever told that to a girl?
Nah.
You paused a little too long.
I plead.
There's probably like 6 friends.
Nah, but I mean, it was real creepy. I mean, like he was on this real Diddy, TD Jake stuff, saying like, oh yeah, he showed him to like the camera room. He was like, oh yeah, she loved you guys, and all the guys loved her. All the guys liked her. And he texted and said, oh yeah, I showed you to the guys, and they said you look amazing. And I told him that it's about 12 of you guys in here, and she'd take all of you on, but she'd only do it 3 at a time, because you know what we want one going all 3 of our whole. We got one in each one of. You wanted me to explain it. He said he wanted 3 Mandingo King Kongs. He wants each of them to be Graphic City. He wants one to be 10. He wants one to be 11 and one to be 14, and not 14. He wants it to go in your. And then he said once they enjoy you, so it was like an erotic book, like it was like one of them Zane books. He was going like the wind is going to the west. I seen a blind swiftling. You never heard of a Zane book?
I don't participate in that literature.
Zane was written by this freaky white girl. It was crazy when I think it was. I got a fact.
So you watched the Zane stories?
The Zane stories were like those novel. Okay, you ever seen a girl read a novelty book and the novelty book was a sex book?
No, I didn't. I never had a girl that needed to go to Fantasyland.
You never cared about female hobbies. If your girl read a book, you never cared.
Lies, deceptions.
Nah, but back to what I was saying. So it was crazy. It was like, oh yeah, I want to see these black men and stuff in your mouth and the biggest one go in your throat, and then once they satisfy them, they're gonna go so hard that they're gonna satisfy them, and then you're gonna be so happy that you satisfy them that you're gonna satisfy yourself multiple times, and then once you're done, I'm gonna flip you over and I'm gonna satisfy myself on you. And then I'm
glad this is in the end of the episode. God dang, co-host.
It was so graphic that he said
super duper
on May 9, 2020 that he went number 2 on her, and he didn't even want her to clean up. He wanted her to keep going. What? I'm just saying what Vince McMahon wanted. But I mean, Ryback always said it. This old WWE wrestler named Ryback, always said it back in the day that Vince McMahon is a scared little boy. He's a freak, and he's trying to ruin my career. Every time I try to post and expose stuff, he like slanders my name. So that's why he can't get business. But back to this girl at hand, I feel like this isn't Vince McMahon's fault. She agreed on it, even though yes, he did meet her at his they lived in a penthouse. They lived in a penthouse hotel. And she lived on one of the floors. She didn't have any money, so she used to do odd jobs, and he took advantage of it. Yes, he did, but he gave her $200K. He bought her cars, clothes, gave her money. Oh yeah,
you showed me the receipts, and he went ham.
Yeah, he went ham, and she agreed on it, but I guess she didn't realize that she was going to take all that D. And she was taking a lot of.
Oh my God!
It was like every day. Every other day, this like they was doing it at work, behind people's back. It was even John Unitas, the talent relations, was going at it. She was going around. It was just for 2,000K, 200K. It's crazy.
I mean, it's just crazy when you see people do with money. It's like we covered Diddy. It's almost like. The saying is true. It's like if you give anyone power, that they almost become power drunk.
True.
That it doesn't matter if it's a freaking crosswalk person, a cop, a celebrity with millions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, but that has to be scary.
They get to a certain point, and it's like they want to abuse their power.
But that has to be scary. Imagine like once we get famous and viral with our pages and all that stuff, we start making a whole bunch of money. Like, what if girls are like randomly
pull all your old clips from our early shows and then make us cancel us?
No, Paul. I'm already deleting. I'm already wiping my Twitter clean. I've been on that since we got 50 to 100 subscribers. I've been deleting everything. But nah, I mean, like, once you get rich and famous, like, people start voluntarily wanting you to disrespect them. Like, oh yeah, I heard you got they see you at the club, or they see us at like Chacho's. They be like, oh yeah, that's Gavin. He's worth this much money. And like, she taps you on the shoulder like, oh yeah, you want to pee on me? Like she didn't even tell you her name. She just says you want to.
You're trying to get this episode like
age restricted.
Yes.
I'm sorry. So like, what if she's like, girls start coming to you saying like these random requests? That's what happens.
I'll be like, nah, shawty, I ain't trying to catch no syphilis.
But you do. I'm done with this, man. Comment below. Let me know how you feel about this whole situation, man. Is Vince McMahon stepping out on the right thing, or I mean, he's bad.